G'day guys, welcome back to the channel in what is a little bit of a different upload from myself today. And what I've decided to do is, showcase a little bit of a draft video, a recap of the draft I did with, myself, George Supercoach, Eno, Supercoach with DR, Supercoach Insider as well, and the AFL Draft Expert, of course. So, yeah, a little bit of fun. The full video to that will be on George's channel, hopefully later on. But we'll have a look at all the rounds and just sort of discuss where we're at. So round one, this was the big one, all the big dogs here. So I had pick 4, obviously, and my tactic, it's the first time I've ever played Supercoach Draft, but yeah, something that I thought about straight away was, you really want to consolidate and nail those ruckmen. So I was always going to pick a Sean Darcy. Sure, I miss out on a Steele, McRae, Took, etc. But yeah, if you can get one of those big 4 ruckmen, that's always good. Eno had the same idea here with pick 1 being Brodie Grundy, and Insider, that's Ben, not Chris from Insider. Chris wasn't able to make it, unfortunately, but Ben's gone ahead and picked Josh Dunkley, and then AFL Draft Expert, Jackson McRae, as if he wouldn't, and then, I've gone with the ruckman, so happy with that one. DR as well. So, all big 3 ruckmen gone in the first round. So, and George's got Jack Steele, so he got his man there. So that's the big one. I won't go into it too much. That's just the main one, being the round 1. Round 2, no surprise, the other big 3 go. I pick Bonapali at pick 9. He was next best. I was obviously going to pick Oliver or Took, but they went unsurprisingly. And Tom Mitchell gone as well. He was a little bit of a bolter. Not really. He's going to be a good player, but he was a bit cheaper because it's not really about value in draft. Insider with Lloyd, Eno Butters. So, I'll keep going. Round 3 now. So, Eno's picked Petrarca. Insider's picked Lockie Neal. And this was really fortunate for me. So, AFL Draft Expert, pick Zach Merritt, and I was always going to pick Parish, so I was sitting there with my fingers crossed going, surely I get Parish, and I did. So, very happy with that one. Parish is a massive pod, and I think he's going to do a lot of damage. So, I got my man in round 3. Round 4, I went for Taron Thomas. He was sort of best available, didn't get Butters or Heaney, so you're thinking Taron Thomas. So that's where I really started to panic with my forward line in particular. I'd already nailed those big midfielders and the ruckman. Now you got to start thinking about your forward line when, blokes like Taranto and all these big names are going. So round 5, Sam Walsh, very disappointing. He was going to be my next pick. I think I speak for a lot of blokes in this draft, but I was pretty happy with Sarong. Really massive bolter. I think he's going to be an absolute superstar for Freo this year, and he was my man. I was going to pick him a little bit later, but I sort of panicked a little bit. Look at the averages here. You're lurking around the 108s, 107, 120, and then, Sarong 81. So a bit unders, but I think he's going to really explode this year for Fremantle. So looking forward to that. Round 6, I picked Ridley. So, it was apples and oranges with Short and Ridley. Didn't get Short, but, I was happy with Ridley. Eno a bit flat about that one. I think he wanted Jane Short, but that's all right. That's round 6. I'll speed up a bit because there are quite a few rounds here. I'm not going to lie. So in round 7, I picked up Zach Bailey, another forward. I really have to get on top of the forward line at this point. I'm thinking far out. I'm looking at the really left field options. So, I picked him up. What am I doing here? And now we'll go round 8. And then this was the forgotten man, Callum Mills. So I think everyone forgot about Callum Mills because he was injured, so no one really considered it. But he will be back relatively early. So, yes, at this point in time, pick up of the draft from DR right there. I thought about it, but I was just like, completely forgot about him. But then I was able to pick up Jack Zeeble. I think he scored 120 against was it Melbourne? No. Yeah, I think it was Melbourne they played the other day. So, yeah, really good pick-up for myself there. I'm happy with that. A huge slider, 107 average. I don't think he's going to drop off. I just think people aren't going for it because he's overs in Classic. But this is draft, so. Round 9. Patrick Dangerfield, he was the one I sort of had my eyes on at this point in time. Didn't get him, unfortunately, so I just picked up another defender in Sicily, someone that I think is complete unders for what he can do. So, yep, I'm very happy with that one. But, yeah, Dangerfield was the next man I had in the list here. That's the thing with the Supercoach draft with all your mates. You just cut each other's grass almost constantly, and it's always fun. You'll see a little bit of live reactions on George's channel with all of us boys. So round 10, I went for another pod. So another forward player. It's really bad at this point in time. Like, you're looking at the absolute left field, and why not pick up an Errol Gould and scored back-to-back 130s, I'm pretty sure, at the start of last year. So he is a huge smoky and someone I reckon that's going to take his game to the next level. So, yep, when you look at all these other picks here, I'm almost picking Errol over all of them. Maybe a Tom Hickey's pretty good there from the AFL Draft Expert, but yeah, I had a plan with my rucks, and you'll see later on. So, yep, happy with that. Round 11. So another situation where I thought the AFL Draft Expert was going to cut my grass. That's Chris Dorey, by the way, if you guys don't know. But yeah, I was just, at this point, I was going, oh, please don't pick Adam Shearer, Chris. And he picked Cripper, and I thought, far out, you beauty. So, yeah, I was able to get my hands on Adam Shearer. He was really good, 25 touches and 2 goals against St Kilda in the practice game last week. So, yeah, very, very happy with that. So, round 12, I'll speed through this a little bit more, otherwise this video will go for ages. George Hewitt, massive get by George there, but I was able to get Liberatore. A little bit of a, just gets it done every week. Good tackler inside mid, so yep, happy with that one. Round 13. So this is where you have to consider your R2 at this point in time. I had Pitnet in mind, but I thought maybe a little bit of a breakout selection in Draper. Super injury prone, but I did think about that one further ahead and was going to always pick an R3. You'll see later on. Round 14. So I've gone for Hayden Young as a little bit of a smoky, a forgotten man. When you look at all these names here, Hayden Young stands out. Was injured last year. Hopefully he can get a proper run at it. So he was someone that I always rated and had on my list in the draft. Round 15, I picked up Bailey Smith. This is George's boy, so yeah, maybe he's a little bit flat by that. But yeah, happy to have him in the team. It was sort of best available at this point. Round 16, Tom Powell, really left field here. I wanted Matt Rao. DR stolen from me, but you get that. As I said, you're constantly chopping each other's grass in the AFL draft. So yeah, I had Matt Rao locked in, and then yeah, DR took him from me. So next best, I thought Tom Powell, bit of a breakout. We'll see how we go. I need another midfielder because I was completely thin in the midfield. And yeah, you'll see at the end of the video where all the mids went. So round 17, Adam Sard, Rain defender, a little bit of depth. Happy with that. Round 18, I'm not sure if you guys can hear the computer fan. It's been out of action for a while here. So yeah, just sorry about that. Who did I pick up in this round? It was Coleman. Gee, this was interesting from me. Maybe didn't have to go with him at the moment. Thought a little bit of a hype pick. I thought maybe he can go mid-70s to 80s. I'd be happy with that. I needed someone in the forward line because I was just bleeding points. Because I focused so much on my defence, midfield and ruck at the start, I forgot about the forward line. And you'll see at the end of it, my forward's really, really thin. Round 19... I picked up Jaff. I think that's a good get at this point in time in defence. Round 20, Dacos, first rookie in this draft. I think I was the only one to pick a rookie in the draft, but I think that he was a leading disposal getter in both of the practice matches, the intra-club and against Hawthorn. So, yeah, really good selection, I think, Dacos, someone that no one really thought about, but I think he can be a really nice M8 or bench coverage. Round 21, Hunter Clark. Jack Steele on Dylan Friends podcast said that Hunter Clark is a surprise packet. of training and going to be finally playing midfield this year, so that's something to consider. Dry Caldwell, a little bit of midfield depth, super injury prone, but if he gets a good run at it, this will be a good selection, no doubt about that. Round 23, I'm really scampering through this now. Charlie Dixon, injured at the moment, but definitely a top 5 forward once he comes back in action. So, yep, see how we go. Round 24, I picked up Archie Perkins, scored 120 against the Bulldogs in a pracky match. So, yep, showing good signs, a bit of a breakout height pick there. Round 25, Jack Henry, I picked up as just to get it done every week. Super durable, 80s, and he was my D5. So, yeah, absolutely wrapped with that pick. Someone that no one really considered. Just a decent selection. Round 26, I was definitely going to go Pitnet, but I thought, oh, no, I'll wait on that one. But I got, Selwood, yeah. So no one wants to pick Selwood. He was 100 average, and he's going at round 26. Absolutely crazy. So Selwood's actually on my bench at the moment, so that's okay. We'll see how we go. Round 27, we have... I was going to go Matt Flynn here, insider. Ben cut my grass at this point in time. He was going to be my backup for Draper going down, but it worked out for the best. I picked up Peter Wright, so 2 metre Peter. This was a really good selection, probably better than Flynn when you think about it, because if Draper goes out of injury, who's going to come in for the ruck for Essendon? Well, it's going to be Peter Wright. So, yeah, I think I nailed that pick in the long run. How loud is that fan of the computer? Just doesn't know what's going on when I'm running Supercoach flat out. Got a few tabs open, so yeah, probably should have thought that one through a little bit. Round 28, you get into the absolute left field here. I went Will Snelling, another 120 against the Bulldogs. Looked really good. Got the number 11 now, Zaharakis' old number. So that's my favourite number. So I picked him as a little bit of a lucky pick. Hopefully he can get together some good, solid performances for me every few weeks. Round 29, this was a weird one. Jason Horne-Francis, I thought, what can this bloke do this year? He and Dacos, can they average over 80? I think they can. So I was very happy to pick these guys. Fiorini would have been a good one, but yeah, obviously the draft expert took him off me, so it was a little bit of a, all right, let's go someone really, really ambitious. Round 30, I was going to go Warple as well, so this is the point where everyone's thinking, all right, what do we do? There's only a few available here, so yeah, I was going to go Warple, DR got him, but then I got Seedsman, injured. I don't know how long he's out for, but it was just next best. He'll be on my bench until he plays. It's just whatever. I don't even know what the problem is with him. So just to cap it off, in defence, I think I did relatively okay. Got Zeeble and Ridley. That's pretty good for D1 and D2. They're going to be really consistent scorers. Jath was a little bit of a stretch, but I think he's going to be, well, just solid. Hoped he'd break out last year, but didn't quite get there. Got the number 9, big number change here from the great Sean Burgoyne. So hopefully he can wear that, a bit of honour. So it's going to be fun watching him play. Adam Sard, the trader from Essendon, really, but he looks really good off halfback. I think they'll use him quite a fair bit. I think he will just be a solid 90s average for myself. So, yeah, that should be good. Sicily was unders for where he was at. So, yep. And then Hayden Young, I'm happy with that. And then Henry's really good depth. So, yeah, I think defence was pretty good overall. The midfield, well, my midfield's pretty good, but it was the AFL draft expert that trumped us all. I mean, he got all the big guns like McRae, Wines. I think he got Gaff and a list of a lot of other players. Where I went for the real breakouts, a little bit of value. These guys that we're going to slide. So Bonampally, Parrish, Libber, solid, but then yeah, Chera and Baz. Hopefully these guys can step it up in 2022. Sarong as well. Hunter Clark, good players, see how we go. Unders for where they were at. And Dacos, well, fingers crossed he can average quite a fair bit. I'm hoping, wouldn't it be good if he could average 25 touches a game? But that's a big ask for a first-year player. But I was happy to take the punt on him. Darcy, he was the man I really wanted. I I was paranoid. I was worried. I thought, far out. Someone's gonna. I got pick 4. What if it's Grundy, Gawn, Darcy, and then I miss out. So yeah, I was very happy to lock in Darcy round 1. So he was the guy. He and Bonapali. I'm super happy with these 3. Yeah, Parrish. Happy with that. See how we go. Draper, can he have a breakout year? I know a lot of blokes actually picking him in Classic Supercoach at R2, so I'll wait and see. Got big 2 metre Peter over here to come on for him. And the forward line is where the problems begin. So, yeah, no Dunkley, no Heaney, no DeGoey, no Butters, but if Charlie Dixon can be fit, he could be really good. I think he was, obviously top 5. Bailey, he was a good one to pick up, and Thomas. So I got those 2, which was pretty good. I think they're going to both have massive seasons run through the midfield. And Errol Gordon, Tom Powell are gems from last year in 2021. Can they back it up in 2022 with potential real breakout years? And Coleman, a little bit ambitious, but I can sort of swap it around with Perkins, Snelling, 2 metre, depending on what the situation is. But we'll chuck 2 metre on for now. Hopefully he can kick 4 in round 1 against the Cats. So, yeah, a little bit of a different upload here, guys. I don't know how many people that follow this channel rate the draft, but this is my first ever crack at it, so be nice in the comments, please. But no, I'm happy with it. Got all the good guys in there. All the Supercoach crew. It was a shame we couldn't get JD in there, but obviously a little bit busy. That's all right, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And stay tuned for the real thing, the live coverage of it. That'll be on probably tonight, I'm pretty sure, or later today. We'll see how we go. It'll be on George's channel. So, when that's up, I'll have the link for that in the description. But, I'll leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And, we'll see you guys in the next one.